It's the last Wednesday of January today. I just want to say a little bit about this pear, which is called Santa Claus. Obviously, one first thing you can notice about it is it's still here, even though it's towards the end of January. This is a pear like most of the fruits that we originally planted. We had not tasted it, and we realised our only hope of tasting it was to grow our own, because these are completely unobtainable, and usually even at exhibitions it's very, very hard to find them. Anyway, the only mention I can find of this in my books, I mean, I haven't spent a lot of time looking, but the only one I can find, the one that we bought it on the basis of the description, is here in the Good Fruit Guide. This is Lawrence Hill's Good Fruit Guide. It's only went to one edition. It's been out of print for very many years, and you probably won't find a copy of it. But this book was a big inspiration to us. I'm writing about it in the book I'm preparing. Obviously a few of these are a bit knocked about. This is the last of the pears that we've got at the end of the season, and that's probably one of the worst examples. A bit of scab, a bit of whatever, maybe an insect has bit that. But Julia reckons we had about 20 kilograms. I'm not sure it was quite as much as that, but certainly we had nearly a full box, and our boxes are 30-litre boxes. They're quite big. And this was from one espalier, one fairly mature espalier. It's about 15 years old. Before you ask, I haven't got any scion wood of this, and I'm not taking any more scion wood requests this year, because I'm up to the absolute maximum capacity I can deal with. But I will prune this back a little bit harder than I would have done otherwise in order to make some available, because we've come to the conclusion it's actually a very good pear. This is what Lawrence Hills wrote about it. Santa Claus, December, he says. Flesh yellow, sweet, rather gritty. It's very slightly gritty, not really gritty I would say. Moderate flavour. Needs a sheltered wall. Well, we grew ours in the open, but then we are in the south of England. Growth moderate. Good cropper. Crimson to purple. Autumn leaves. Now that is a point to note, because we do find that this has extremely beautiful autumn foliage, if that's the sort of thing that's of any interest to you. I thought the flavour was very good. You can hear that it does sound a bit gritty, doesn't it? This inner part of the pear, around about here, this is where can you hear that? It's where the sort of stone cells are in the pear. It is a little bit gritty. A reasonably firm texture. See, it's not. I'm just going to squeeze that. I'm squeezing that hard. I'm really squeezing that hard now. Barely making a little bit of juice run. I don't know if you can see that. I haven't crushed it, so it's maintained its texture quite well. There is very often a trade-off in fruit, as there is in life, with so many things. Where maybe it's a little gritty around the edge, around here, it's got a very firm texture. I'm not sure if biologically that is a real trade-off. Very sweet. There's a little bit of a touch of tannin in this, but by no means much. Now, some of you may know what I mean by musk. It's quite a heady, sort of aromatic, sensual sort of taste or flavour that you get in some pears. This has got a little bit of musk in it. I find it very agreeable. But the main point is, here we are, we had a good crop of this, of one tree. We had not less than about 25-30 pounds. We don't usually weigh things, we put them in boxes and make a judgment. We had at least 25-30 pounds of good sound fruit, and we've been eating this for 6 weeks, and I think if we had more, I mean, if you look at this one, this is a select, a big, perfectly unspoiled select. Do you know, I've got a feeling that this would keep well through February. Not every year is the same. Anyway, so that is a shout out for the pear called Santa Claus, which I think is one to recommend. Previously I've recommended Winter Nellis, and Josephine de Malines has late winter pears, both of which we have enjoyed in February. Josephine de Malines we've only got one tree of, and it hasn't produced much lately. Didn't have a big crop last year. Winter Nellis, as I blogged, it blossoms very early. Our spray timing was wrong. We had 100% destruction of all the fruit by the accursed pear midge. But that's another story. But it just does demonstrate we grow 3 late pears, but this year only one of them have we actually got a late crop of, which is another reason why there is much to be said for spreading your risks. And just as if you're investing, if you put all your shares in one company, you might make a massive profit, you might lose it all. So spread your investment. And there's a very strong case for having, frankly, having an orchard. But anyway, there we go. That's about all I've got to say. Santa Claus. If you're planting a number of pears, it's one maybe to think about. And extremely attractive autumn foliage.